Chapter 13. Eritrea will enter the World War, but the air government is considering which of the nations to support. Diplomats hurry in and out of Airgaden capital from warring nations. Amaland and Zaquinia are, each seeking for Eritrean alliance. Major events are taking place for this crucial decision. The First World Peace Conference is about to begin. Eritrean Parliament will also be meeting soon. The public is divided in Eritrea. Air people are in two main camps of opinion. There are the peacemakers and there are the warmongers. There are also those who think the war is not an Eritrean matter. They see it as Amaland and Zaquinia bilateral quarrel and war. These few neutral ones feel Eritrea should not interfere, but stay out of the alien affairs. The mongers want Eritrea to enter war. Many of them have war business interests. Some are men of violence, quick anger and action. Others are egoistic citizens who want war for national pride. There are also the powerful, big industrial and commercial owners. Mongers have formed a charity club called Philanthropy International. They also promote war sentiments, and they lobby a lot in the parliament. Prominent among the mongers are Benetus, Sadowin, Kajawa, a vocal weaver. He wants Eritrea to join war as a global player and to gain wealth, international pride and power. But this talkative liar is the biggest Eritrean publisher. Kajawa owns nearly half of Eritrean printing press. He is well paid to run pro-war publicities. Another strong supporter of the war is Frederick a Hawk, chief of Eritrean army. The Hawk says Eritrea should prepare but wait. He wants Eritrea to enter the war with the aim of easy victory, when other nations will have spent their materials and energies. His idea is supported by many of the air military officers who want to get ranks, medals, and fame. Bako, a bat blacksmith weapon maker and a new Eritrean multi-billionaire, is another. He is the main sponsor and patron of the Monger Club. His former low-scale business has grown very fast with the war. It is now a huge industrial complex that employs artisans and laborers. The expanding company Bakolomo and Company has opened branches in all parts of the air country. Bakolomo is both the Amaland and Zaquinia arms supplier. Mao, a wealthy guinea fowl, supplies food to the warring governments. He is the biggest farmer with mechanized farms and irrigation systems. He doesn't give any gift, saying no one gave him when he was poor. Grupakov, a kitemonger, owns the major international transports that carries goods to warring countries when needed by the war contractors. Among the peacemakers is Hugazone, an eagle Eritrean king. The peace lover king is being criticized for inaction by monger leaders who hate his world peace initiatives. The old man prefers pacific means for resolving conflicts. He dislikes war and encourages all international peace efforts. The Air King is doing his best to reconcile the warring kings. Eritrean Foreign Minister Patrick a Parrot is the most vocal of the peacemakers. He has been working very hard for the peace conference. The parrot travels between kings of the three capital cities. He has been very busy organizing the present conference. But the mongers are not happy with his pacific activities. He is against their bad businesses in the conflict. Another pacifist is Baba Rube, a mantis. He is the founder of a religious movement. The mantis preaches about a universal love of Almighty Godon, the creator of all things, governor of life and father of entire mankind, who lives in a sacred land beyond the sky in a heavenly paradise. Baba Rube says that Godon has sent him to save the world with a book he has written called Holy Word. Today, the conference is about to open. Mongers and moralists are all participating. The two camps are bitterly against one another. Foreign delegates have come from the warring nations. There are other invited neutral personalities and organizations. Those here include Patrick, Baba Rube, Sadowin, and Bako. There are also Theophilus, Titus, and Banatus. Eritrean Palace is full and busy. It is so noisy, like a market outside. Clusters of people are sharing words and ideas. Arriving tagged official delegates are going inside. So many of the uninvited public have also come as observers. News scouting ostriches and weavers are around the entrances. Each is interviewing home or alien delegates in the open spaces. The palace is one of those rare great constructions of nature. It is a broad enclosure of 3 meeting mighty rocks having 3 open gates with disjoined top arcs. The floor is covered with a layer of fine sand. There are arranged sizes of shiny stones. Pure spring water flows out of cracks, all run into flowered pond at center. It is cool within, and it echoes the spoken words. A notice is given, and the noisy gathering begins to quieten down. Delegates to clap in a standing ovation to welcome the Aeretian king. The well-aged eagle has come to declare the conference officially open. The royal band breaks out for the air anthem song. Aeretians and visitors all join singing. We praise Aeretia, O good and beloved country, our homeland of beautiful creation. Fair be time, safe be space. We joyfully sing. We are friendly people of free men and women. In happiness of daily life, peace abound. O land of our birth, we love you alone. Loud cheer spreads, and it lasts into a semi-silence. King, delegates, and others begin to sit. Everyone turns either left or right with smiles. 2. Take better notice and handshake with next persons. Journalists are already scrambling for positions. They are ready to write with pens and papers. Patrick gets up. He walks to the stage. The parrot begins to address the occasion. Stronger silence spreads all over the orderly scene. The foreign minister is the official coordinator of conference. He welcomes delegates and thanks the attending public. Finally, he introduces and calls on the Aeretian king. The king rises for the opening speech. He goes gently with royal dignity till the pulpit. His whitened head, so ripe in age, commands an extraordinary respect that captures and carries a full attention of all the delegates present. The charismatic presence of the king sustains a peaceful state. He calmly places his papers, lifting his face over the palace. He quietly takes his keen eyes around, starting, I welcome all men and women to this call of necessity, which the natural obligation to humanity has compelled today, while the doom of war rages and spreads among the human family. War is a negative creation of man and is the worst of all social actions. Mass killing of man by man must end for life, liberty, and happiness of all. Global elimination of war shall be a crowning glory of human civilization. This emergency is a great hope to attain for peace to be restored again. Let peace reign today and tomorrow, goodness to abide among peoples. Peace is public virtue, more so when love reigns over all lands and lives, where order, law, freedom, and friendship rule, with equality of persons, without fears, hatred, or corruption, but dignity of man held sacred, and with peace the world shall live in unity and harmony. In peace, truth, liberty, and justice always prevail. Peace is the custodian of human happiness. Cheers rise and resound. The wise and pacific words of the old man are spreading peaceful spirit over the gathering. The king gathers his papers while he is concluding. He finally declares the World Peace Conference open. King Hugozone gracefully goes out amidst another standing ovation. And Patrick takes over the moderation. The parrot introduces papers already shared out. The well-written and clearly printed document is boldly captioned, Articles of General Agreement. It contains points of peace proposals by the Aeretian government. It is to be, read, discussed, and signed by the official delegates who represent Amaland, Zaquinia, and Aeretia. Deliberation begins. Delegates are speaking in turns. This peace conference is the wisest decision, and it is the greatest act of peace in the history of man, says Theophilus. It is the best and most worthy initiative ever taken on earth, states Baco. It is the boldest step in the perfect direction, declares Titus. It is unparalleled and very timely, tells Chaka. Article of Agreement has in provision immediate ceasefire by warring nations, immediate release of all political prisoners, exchange and safe return of all war captives, quick withdrawal of all forces and demobilization, restoration of stolen artistic values and other reparations, and it includes compensation of affected persons. It also provides for permanent peace solutions, the creation of a united community of nations, creation of fundamental human rights supreme constitution, establishment of an international world court, establishment of a world sports commission, councils of culture, health, trade, education, and it calls for democratization of nations. The conference continues with accusations and counter-accusations by the leading delegates of the warring nations. Weinstein, speaking on behalf of the Amaland delegation, says Zaquiniya has committed the highest act of aggression by crossing the border and entering into our peaceful land, and they have violated the territorial integrity of Amaland. Titus strongly adds, "Their army shall be destroyed if they don't withdraw their forces immediately." Chaka. The Water Defense Minister replies with forceful words, "We shall never withdraw from any of the acquired lands. Wherever a Zaquinian soldier has entered, his foot shall never be withdrawn." Titus again reacts, "Then you will all die there." Chaka, a man of hot temper, rises, going against Titus. "You will die first," he said, striking at Titus with his tail. But the lion smartly jumps up over the unexpected attacker, and he turns in air as he lands with acrobatic agility. Titus roars, glancing forward, ready for a real fight, but mediators intervene, appealing to the two. Patrick, to ease the tension and to restore order, changes the topic. He calls for the release of Lady of Peace, as Marana is now popularly known and called. There is a goat prepared and sent by King Domagan for this purpose. Lucia rises, takes out from her handbag and opens a paper. She clumsily starts to read, saying, "Plans shall be underway, if possible, for the purpose of setting up a powerful panel of reputable, intelligent, and prominent personalities that may access and recommend a more proper procedure, which could be used in fixing a date towards finding the solution. And King Domagan shall then do everything within his power to think about Marana's freedom from prison." She continues. Lucia is straining. She pauses repeatedly, stopping, redressing herself and readjusting her position. She squeezes face, widens eyes, and stiffens neck as she pronounces. The goat is reading the message slowly, trying not to make mistakes, while she quotes the exact words of Domagan, her mentor. The conference is lasting long. Some weavers have gone earlier. Diplomats and dignitaries are rising to leave. Other remaining newsmen witnessing today's event are also leaving to report, publish, and sell various news items as meeting ends. Air evening papers already carry headlines about the event. More exciting ones are expected by tomorrow. Some of the news captions read, "Zaquiniya army faces total destruction. Zaquiniya declares Amaland a conquered land. Fire on the roof of peace. Chaka versus Titus. The peace of Airgarden breaks into pieces." While one says, "No freedom for Marana," another tells, "Marana shall be free." Suddenly, a stone strikes Patrick. The peacemaker parrot falls on stage. Exclamations rise, spreading among the public. There is widening confusion as many rush to help the parrot. Blood is gushing from the head of the agonizing victim, down to his neck. The patriot can no longer speak. He tries to move his body, but he is weak. His eyes are slowly rolling as he lies facing up. B-doctors rush in, giving first aid to fallen patriot. But Patrick closes his eyes with fading smiles, and his head drops. The leading doctor bends and listens to his heartbeat. But he gets up and confirms Patrick dead. Tears of sympathizers break forth over the scene. The rowdy air spreads out the pitiful, shocking news. King Hugozone re-enters the scene he had left in order. He hastily wades his way through noisily talking crowd. He reaches where Patrick lies so still, covered with black cloth. But an Aeretian king, by tradition, must not see a corpse. The eagle calls to the parrot, but without response. Weeping increases as investigation for who threw the stone continues. "But why was he stoned?" somebody among the crowd asked. "Patrick was talking too much about peace," another answered. "The peace groups are already gathering for a demonstration. Hugo's own unhappily going away will take a serious action. The Air Nation is thrown into a greater general confusion, as the world awaits a declaration of war by Arisha."